Welcome to Smart Action Movies with Crow. Thank you for joining me this episode. I usually say thanks for joining me this week, but I've been putting these out every other day or so I want to say thanks for joining me this episode. And this week, my Smart Action movie recommendation is Kung Fu Hustle. A absolute bonkers movie that I love. I've always loved it ever since I first saw it. I've seen it a ton of times, but I watched it again so that I could give it a good recommendation for the smart action movie recommendation this week, or this episode, excuse me. Um, if you love martial arts, action, comedy, and crazy special effects, then this is the movie for you. This movie is unique, clever, and like nothing I have ever seen before. So to start, there is a gang that they're called the Axe Gang, and they are the most powerful gang in China. China is ruled by many gangs at this time, and I think it's set kind of in the 1940s, and so it has the kind of that feel to it. And the Axe Gang is very menacing. They control the police, they control everything. They're bigger than every other gang, and they are the most powerful force. And they come to symbolize evil in this movie. And now our protagonist, Stephen Chow, he is the good guy in this movie. But to start the movie out with, he's kind of a scumbag. He's a poor street. He lives on the street, and he is always trying to pull off con jobs and small hustles to make money and make a living. And so he's not a very good person. But he never does anything really bad. And you come to find out why that is, because deep down he's got a good heart. And when he was a boy, he was beat up by bullies trying to stop them from beating up or taking a lollipop from a girl, and that kind of stopped him from trying to maybe be on the path that he would have been on of being a good person and standing up for people. And now to my drivers of smart action movies, I have my three drivers are usually revenge, protection, and freedom. In this movie, it has the driver is protection. That is the main theme to this movie. It also deals with transformation and redemption, but the main thing is protection. Protection of weaker people, and how if good men and women don't stand up to evil, then evil will, tread on weaker people, take advantage of, beat them up, take their belongings, whatever. So anyway, so one of the really cool things about this movie, the special effects, and it has what I'll say is like kind of three levels. It has masters of kung fu, then it has like super masters of kung fu, and then it has like god mode masters of kung fu, and it's just amazing to see. The special effects are really cool, and so our protagonist Stephen Chow. Oh, and Stephen Chow wrote this, directed this, and starred in this. And I'll kind of put a note on here while I say that it has been announced since 2019 that there's going to be a Kung Fu Hustle 2. So I definitely recommend you see this movie before you see Kung Fu Hustle 2. And so Stephen Chow is the protagonist. The protagonist in this movie, he's he kind of is at the center of everything, and where he's trying to pull a con off and he ends up getting caught, and so he tries to act like he's going to get help, and he ends up drawing in the forces of evil onto this small little poor district called Pigsty Alley. And how it turns out is that the gangs that are running wild across China, the only way for people to live in peace is to live in the smallest, poorest districts, because they have no interest to the gangs, because there's no money, there's no reason to go there. But as I said, the protagonist draws in this great force of evil, the Axe Gang, onto this small little district called Pigsty Alley, and that sparks off the movie to where basically this evil gang starts bullying around the people that live there in the Pigsty Alley, and it's up to people to stand up to this this force of evil. And so things escalate from there, and so it's kind of goes back and forth with good guy, bad guy, and that's how you get the master, then the super master, and then the god mode masters. And it's a great story. The editing is fantastic. It has perfect pacing, and it's kind of cool to see how the story progresses along because everything leads to the next scene, and it's funny. There's comedy throughout. The editing is great. The music is great. I love the music, and it kind of why it's called Kung Fu Hustle is these mobster gangster guys in the beginning. They kill people. They're ruthless, brutal murderer killers. And then after they do their killing, they start kind of dancing and having fun because they're feeling their mojo. And I don't know, you just have to see it. It's funny. But so the editing is great. The music is great. The story is great. The plot is great. The actors are great. There's one thing that may be a drawback for you, and I'll say that is that it does have subtitles. If that is a big deal to you, then you may not like that. But man, I recommend you push through it and see this movie. Also, another thing, you need to see Narcos. There's another show. That's a show that has subtitles, and subtitles have never bothered me. But some people that's a deal breaker. But gosh, I hope you'll push through it because this movie is awesome. I give it 5 stars. Without a doubt, the movie is perfect. Flawless, perfect movie. It's a fantastic movie. You need to go see it. Thank you for watching Smart Action Movies. Please like, share, and comment down below. Tell me if you've seen it. Tell me what you liked about it. I'd love to hear it. Thank you. Please like, share, and comment and subscribe. And if you can donate to my PayPal, then thank you and God bless. For Smart Action Movies, this is Crow. I'll see you next time.